Welcome back. Well, we are, of course, just weeks out from the King's coronation, and security bosses in the UK are facing an unprecedented number of threats from terrorists and protesters hoping to disrupt the historic event.
For more on this, let's bring in the Daily Mirror's Russell Myers. Russell, good morning to you. Thanks for your time. You broke this story. What are police up against?
Well, morning, Jay. Morning, Clint. Well, I mean, it's a huge, unprecedented situation is what they're talking about. We're talking about threats from terrorists, anarchists, eco-warriors. We've, of course, seen huge protests by environmental campaigners, both at home and abroad in recent months. And I think the issue that the police had, even though we've had the big events of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, of course, the late Queen's funeral last year, this is a very different situation, because a lot of people are questioning whether the monarchy have a relevance in the modern world. And the Republican movement is growing pace, both in the UK and throughout the Commonwealth. So a different set of scenarios for the police this time.
So when you think of all that, how significant does it make the security operation for an event like this?
Well, huge. I mean, some of the police officers saying to me that a most unprecedented set of situations over the last 50 years. You've got the resurgence of the dissident Republican movement in Northern Ireland. That's been very public over the last few weeks, especially with Joe Biden's visit to the region. You've also, again, like I said, this Republican movement both at home and throughout the Commonwealth. And you know, we've revealed this week that the police have even been profiling peaceful campaigners from those sorts of movement. So the police do have a lot of questions to ask. Of course, it will be a huge event. They do want to keep as many people as possible safe in such a large gathering. But you know, there is a few questions about the sort of tactics that they're using.
Russ, there's going to be a party afterwards. We've learnt that Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, Take That. How good to Take That. They'll all perform at the coronation concert. Do we have any more details about this star-studded event?
Well, definitely, Clint. Yes, and it's not all doom and gloom. There is definitely a big celebration of over the weekend, and this concert in Windsor Castle has been got off to a bit of a slow start, shall we say. They were having a bit of difficulty trying to get some of the big names to sign up. But like you said, Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, they've got big associations to these charities such as Princess Trust. Take That. Could we be seeing them reform as a five-piece? Some rumours, you know, in the showbiz world that could happen. But when we've seen these kind of events, especially at the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee, they don't miss. So fingers crossed it will.
Come on, Robbie.
I mean, you can't have Robbie on stage. You can't have two kings in one place, can you? I mean, seriously. Now, Russell, there is still a lot of work to be done between now and May 6, isn't there?
Well, there is. I mean, listen, there's an awful lot of confusion and chaos, I think it was put to me a few times last week, about the preparations. And we're only 3 weeks away. And the fact that the King-Queen consort, the new Queen Camilla to-be, have only had one full rehearsal that overran. I mean, it's quite astonishing. There is certainly an awful lot of things to do. A lot of people expected to attend, you know, whether I'm sure it will be all right on the night, but I think it's a bit of nervousness in the air at the moment.
Have they worked out where Harry's sitting yet?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he would want assurances as to where he would be sitting. I don't think they'll be putting him behind a pillar or up in the gods, but he would have wanted assurances that he wouldn't have been sort of shifted down the side, maybe with Prince Andrew. But listen, we'll find out on the day, won't we?
Yeah, we sure will. Thank you, Russell.
King Charles, King Robbie, rule the world. That's what they can sing.
Amazing.
You heard it
there you go.
first.
They need us organising this thing, don't they?